Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Most Epic Adventures. I am your host, Rob Zip, and today I'm going to be joined by the Houston metal band Scrollkeeper, at least three-fourths of them. They are a traditional metal band here in Houston. They've been around for a while, and they've been in several other bands. So let's go ahead and bring Justin in.
Hey.
Aloha, Justin.
Aloha.
I don't know why I
Buenos
decided
nachos or something, right?
I don't know why I said aloha. That's weird. I don't think I've ever said that in my life.
Mecca like a high, mecca honey ho.
I've said that definitely. So what's going on, dude? How are you hanging in this situation we got?
Thankfully still working. I know not so many people can say that currently. So, layoffs are hitting a lot of people. My fiance was laid off, so we're down to one income, but I'm still working, and we're set up to weather it, so we're not stressing too much.
Okay, well that's good. Let me save this, and boom, we got a ticker. We got a ticker now. So Simon was like, "Yo, you got that link?" And where is he? Yeah, him.
Good question.
Oh, and here's Alex. What's up, dude?
Oh, he's got to come in with the fancy mic.
Yeah, but does it work? Can we hear him?
Well, I got so much protection on my computer because I'm into IT security. That's the only freaking mic that works right now.
Nice.
So sorry for being all douchey, man, but the other one's locked out.
No, not douchey at all, dude. It's cool.
This is Justin's vocal mic, by the way.
Yeah, that's the mic I recorded the new album on. That ribbon.
Well, it sounds nice. Whoa. Now let me see. Here comes Simon. Let me see. Let's add him. Okay. Well, there he is. This looks like a
bit sideways, Simon.
Sideways, Simon.
He looks angry and confused.
Because he's had to deal with a very pretentious artist lately.
Yes. Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into that one.
Simon, can you hear us?
I hear him cutting in and out.
Simon, turn that tablet around, man, or whatever you're using.
So sharing this video on every different. Oh, come on. Where are the other groups? I'm in more groups than this. Oh, those are the only groups. Those are the only groups.
Get an evil ambience from underneath, so I can highlight my.
We lost sideways.
Second chin. My what do you call it? My COVID home arrest chin.
So what do you got? So Justin was starting to tell me, a little bit about what he's been doing during this time. What have you been doing, Alex?
I thought I was gonna be creative and write a bunch of new music. The whole news cycle has had me so stumped, I guess, or I don't know how to say it exactly. So I haven't really done much. Well, I wrote one acoustic guitar piece, which I haven't played Spanish guitar in a long time. I managed to do that, and that's gonna be the intro on the new album. And I kind of started about half a song, and that's about it. For the most part, I've read 8 books, mostly like the Jason Bourne type. I'm into this British writer right now that writes about John Milton, the secret agent, psychopath, etc. So I'm just reading that. And I don't know, man. Relaxing a lot, drinking a lot of coffee. My alcohol uptake is also up. My business is down. I am enjoying Justin's and Jackie's videos. In the meantime, they started a new
Yeah, I wanted to talk to him
Okay.
about that. I wanted to get to him. That's not a very smooth segue because I'm still wondering what you guys are got going on.
The band. Okay, if you're talking about the band. Okay, we had a mixing engineer that was sick. He got the Rona in
Did
New
he
York.
really?
Yes.
Yep. Well, that's
Oh.
what he says.
Yikes.
He says he had the Rona, spent 5 days on not a ventilator, luckily for him, because from what I understand, they put you under in medical coma when you go on ventilator. So he was just on oxygen, the little tubes that go around.
Yeah.
So he spent 5 days on that and got home and continued mixing the album, and he's kicking ass. So his
We're what, about
ears
halfway
haven't
through the
suffered.
mixes?
Pretty much, yeah, maybe even a little north of halfway.
Yeah. So it's nearing completion.
Okay.
Maybe if I move you guys on this, I can see everybody and also look at the screen. Now we're talking. That's a lot better. So what else have we done in the meantime? We actually still have 2 shows on the books for this year, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen as far as
we
that is
contacted the
concerned.
clubs and we're like, hey, is this still happening? And one of them, what was it, 19th hole or someplace up on the north side? They're like, until the government tells us that we can't have this show,
Yeah,
we're
that's
not
this
rescheduling you. Okay.
that's Christy, right?
Alex,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Christy.
Yeah. She also went to Mardi Gras and party down there where COVID-19 spread like fucking cancer down there.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is true.
so-
That was kind of wild. That last 2 days in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Word.
Simon's here.
Oh, you go and change
Simon
the scenery
says-
on us too.
Yeah, well, I have to use the work computer. All my other computers don't
See,
have
I was thinking you were
cameras
going to pop in like on the John or something,
on. I can still do that. It's right
like
there.
on the throne,
Or maybe
not the
riding a
drummer's,
Siberian
not the drummer's
husky.
throne that you're usually on. The home throne,
The home throne.
the home throne.
This is the first time I've had the 4-box. This is exciting.
Yeah,
it's
I've
pretty
watched
cool,
most of
man.
your other videos. It's usually just one person.
Yeah, it's
And
been
it
one
seems
person.
real time. Maybe we can rehearse that way from now on, right?
Right?
Well, I pay like $50 a month for StreamYard. So
That's not bad at all.
yeah, I can have six people. I can have I can stream this to 5 different platforms. So right now I'm streaming this on my personal Facebook page. I'm streaming it on the page for the Most Epic Adventures, and on that page I shared this video onto several different Facebook groups. So I kind of hope I don't get kicked out of some of those for spamming with the videos. But so the Facebook groups, I got this office chair. I'm like, can I adjust this? Oh, there we go. That's much better. Okay, so I've shared it to several different Facebook groups from the Most Epic Adventures page. It is also on my YouTube, youtube.com/RobZip. It is also on Periscope on Twitter at Most Epic Show on Twitter. And it is also on Twitch. Twitch.tv/RobZip has had the least number of viewers out of all these live streams, but it's also had the weirdest. So
I think I saw your interview with Sid. That was, I'm just gonna say there was something strange going on there.
yeah. We've had a couple of people
Come
jump
on,
in and
perverts, where are you?
Are you summoning the perverts already?
I think we're all
We're
here.
only like 5 minutes into this.
I mean, come on,
now.
they're Scrollkeeper fans. We know that.
Well, true. We've got some interesting ones.
What's the king of heavy metal doing?
Good question. Where is Frazier?
Is that
He
your
should
bass
be popping
player?
in here any moment to tell
No,
us that the
definitely
English
not.
have done it again.
No. Well, Simon was like, "Fuck that." He left. He's like, "Definitely not." Boom, I'm out.
Yeah, he
Fine.
wants us to
I think
stare
he
at
just
that bad
went on to
artwork
put
his
some
wall.
pants on.
I'll remove him from the stream. I'll do the 3-way this way, close up shot here. I can change it up a little bit.
Hey, don't we get paid for like 3-way webcams? Isn't that how it works? Is that like fans only or something?
No.
You just wait and see, man. They'll start-
only
they'll start
fans. Here
showing
we go.
Only fans. There you go.
Here, Simon.
Let's see. There's different. Oh, I can put you guys in the corner like that. I am the king of this conversation.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I just love how that Rob, the poster behind you, gives you satanic.
Yeah, you've got your own set of horns there.
Oh yeah, that was totally by accident, but yeah, the first time I did this, I noticed it, and I'm like going with it. I'm going for it. So it's pretty cool. I'm down. I dig it. Yeah, when I got it made, I sponsored. Here, let me get out of the way so you can see it a little better. I sponsored. I got this stupid light in the way too. I got these lights all over the place. I was shooting something else in here earlier, but so I gave the logo to this guy, and I was sponsoring a literal sausage festival last year, and they
I can
put
imagine.
they put
what we usually call
Steve Frazier
rehearsals.
should be in here right now.
Right. Isn't that what we call rehearsals? Sausage festival.
Sausage fest. Yeah.
they put my logo on all the advertising for the sausage festival, for the Most Metal Productions, and somebody was like, "Oh, you got a little goat there. We see you get the 5 points. I wonder what's that's about." And I'm like, "It's metal, bro. It's metal." I was like, "I like goats. I got a pet or I got a mascot little stuffed goat. You know what? I'm gonna remove myself from the stream. You guys talk."
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's interesting.
All right.
Simon, looks like you're getting some devil horns behind you too. What is that artwork?
This is a piece of one of my friends back in Louisiana who's now in the Czech Republic. He lives down there. He painted this. He was a painter for a while, and I bought that off him. I've got a few pieces around the house from him, which he does on the side.
Sweet, looks good. And Justin,
Little
looks like
Checo Deco.
you actually read, man. What's wrong with you?
I have issues.
Here's my stuffed goat, Herman. This is Herman.
Herman.
That's cool.
Yeah, Herman.
Is it Herman the German?
Herman's the German.
No, he's not German. He's from Texas. He's a Texas goat. He's a good Texas goat.
I mean, he could be from the hill country.
He could, yeah. I did not take him to Germany. I should have taken him to Wacken with me.
Right.
But he probably would have gotten destroyed there. So
Yeah, I could see him not holding up well.
I took him to Comic Palooza last year, and people were like posing with the goat and they were trying to buy the goat from me. I'm like, no, man, goat's not for sale.
Everything's for sale for the right price.
Well, not for sale.
He's a chick magnet, right?
Yeah, for real. So what's been going on with? So you guys are doing some recording during this downtime?
No, the recording's done.
So you guys were done. You guys were done before the lockdown.
Yeah, we finished the recordings.
I think I cut a couple of vocal tracks after the fact.
There were 2 days that were really close to which one was you cutting vocals and another one with Andy doing his bass. And then we went into lockdown right after that. So I don't know, was it March 11th, I think was the last session we did?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, I mean, we finished cutting tracks like right up against the wire. So,
well, that's good timing then.
but they're done. So, and as we said earlier, they're all in the mixing and mastering phase. So,
but yeah, as far as our tracking was concerned, I think we're 3 months behind. Well, we had to do a bass player change, and then there was that Battle Wacken, which, in retrospect, actually.
So,
in retrospect,
okay.
I wish we hadn't done, although it was interesting.
Well, you know what
Good
though?
show.
You know what though? If you guys wouldn't have done that, we might not be talking tonight.
That is true. Something good came out of that.
So yeah. So I met you guys. I mean, we know a lot of the same people, so we might have ended up meeting each other anyway at some point. But before the Wacken battle, you guys signed up for that, and I went down to your practice space and interviewed you guys. And,
You are also lucky to see our practice space right now. That's a luxury.
Yeah,
right.
ooh, oscillating fan and all.
Yeah. Are you guys able to go in there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's locked Francisco's up or anything like that.
Okay.
I've been there a couple of times just to check on things, and it's a ghost town. Nobody's there. So I guess that's a good thing. People are staying home and not getting together for band practice.
Right.
I feel bad for all the bands though that still have to pay rent to that place, even though they're
Like
not
us.
even using it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
landlords.
would have been a perfect place. I mean, time to record in there now because we tracked all the drums in there, and you always had to contend with maybe something leaking out. So we I mean, we were quite lucky actually that it didn't really end up getting much bleed. But this
wasn't
recording
bad.
we did live. We haven't done this in a long time until, honestly, I engineered all the sessions and I watched the Metallica video. Metallica is like so, old hat at this point as far as the metal genre is concerned in general. But the one thing that struck me as interesting was actually Lars and James with blasting amp were recording together in the room. And then after that, their engineer was actually editing. And it, considering the last two Metallica albums, actually they sounded pretty good. So we said, what the hell? Let's try it. And it worked out actually quite good. Getting a little bleed actually gels the rest of the instruments with the drums. And since, I'm such a proficient and tight guitar player, pretty much what I played on the Simon's drum tracks, was pretty close to the original. So there wasn't any snare, Yeah. Now that's one of the pluses of being the only guitar player in the band, You don't have to contend with another guy's, left hand being out of sync or, having a different pick stroke or things like that. So it sounds a little tighter on record, at least.
Now, would you add a second guitar player?
I don't think we are.
It's looking unlikely, although we always open to the idea. It really depends. Simon, what do you think?
I'm in agreement with you. It's just if it happens, it happens. But
I mean,
right now
if
it's
Tommy
not important to do.
Yeah.
Right. If Tommy Vetterli were to call, I think we might consider.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just have to be the right person. At this point, we're kind of a well-oiled machine as it is. To bring somebody else in and potentially add some slop into that mix, we'd rather not.
Yeah, that was actually out of the auditions because we said, okay, let's see what happens before we go into recording. So we actually did some auditions, listened to some tapes. That was one kid, that was super impressive. I'm talking about flawless technique. And all of this stuff was actually, songs that were out there, though. I'm talking like old Halloween, old Shadows
Gamma Ray. He
Gamma
sent
Ray,
us a bunch of Gamma Ray covers. Yeah.
And he played flawlessly. Like, man, it was like, this guy, I'll give him all the leads, then I can just sit back and just collect royalties, it looked great. But, he reneged last minute, some kind of BS thing,
He was pretty young, wasn't he? He was like 18, 19.
And I don't know how he would have been with original material. It's one thing to see somebody online, they're super proficient, they're super fast, very tight, but then the thing is they're like a parrot. They've just been basically, just eating of that same trough, and you have to see them in person, and also we're characters, all of us. I think I can safely say that. So getting along, it's not always easy.
We tend to bust each other's chops and anybody else's chops who come into the field of play.
Yeah,
So
we're pretty much like an Irish.
You got to
bar,
have thick skin. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And we don't really have filters either. So
Right.
So as soon as the comment comes to mind, it falls out of face.
And we don't have time. We've been playing. All of us have been playing in so many bands for so many years. It's just like at this point, it's like we don't have time for all the bullshit that goes into it. It's just either you come in, you have your shit ready to go, or we're not there to babysit you.
No, we're not going to hold anybody's hand.
Yeah, and a lot of people come in, and it's just god awful. It's just, it's just like, why come in? Why waste our time? But so be it. That's the way the music business
Part of the
goes.
game.
Right.
Yep.
So my friend Jason, he wants to know what some of your influences are for your music.
Oh shit. Oh.
I see Justin wearing a Saxon shirt back there.
Well, I mean, kind of like we said in our first interview with you back at the studio.
Pretend nobody saw that.
Okay.
We are a heavy metal band, and by heavy metal I mean no particular subgenre. We play heavy metal, right? Our influences though are diverse and wide, right? We're all extreme metal guys of one stripe or another, but this band is not extreme metal. This is a heavy metal band. German thrash comes into play. All the classic metal bands come into play, but we're a melodic heavy metal band.
Well, let's go individually. Justin, you're the vocalist. Who are some of your for this band? Who are some of your vocal influences?
As far as what I use for what I'm doing,
I think a good idea would be to say the unifying, and then each one of us individually to say what we like. So I mean, Justin can probably handle the unifying band influences, I guess, where we all merge together stylistically.
We all merge on, essentially we're all into bands like Accept, Priest, Maiden. That's all common ground.
Except, I don't know.
You're fired. You're fired, Simon.
Maybe one album, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the most part, despite Simon's dementia, we agree on most of the classic, early to mid 80s metal bands. We diverge a bit. Alex and I are both into German thrash pretty heavily. Simon and I are both into black metal, but very different styles of black metal. I like my black metal raw and disgusting and punky. He likes that symphonic ladyboy shit.
No. Don't put it, I mean, don't do that. I go Marduk route. That's my style right there.
Yeah, Marduk's good. I like Marduk. I would take Marduk over Burzum any day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would agree with that.
Burzum's overrated.
Burzum's are fucking. It's boring Nazi bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
How that guy, how Varg is not just rotting away in prison for the rest of his life is beyond me.
Well, because the maximum sentence in Norway is 21 years.
Yeah. No matter what you do, it's fucking insane.
No matter what you do, 21 years. And I think the only reason he has,
man, I think it was 17 or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I think he was hit with the maximum sentence, but he didn't serve it. I think that he got out early for whatever reason. But the maximum sentence is 21 years, and he was given the max sentence. But I think Alex is right. I don't think he served the full 21 years. But no, I think the only reason he's still culturally relevant is
9 or 10, something like that. Maybe 12 at best.
I'm not sure.
But see, you gotta love Europe for that, man. That's one of the things in Europe. It's basically, I'm from Bulgaria. Over there, maximum death sentence is 14 years.
14 years.
That's the death sentence. That's what you get. It's I don't think I really agree with that. But they think that 14 years is enough time of your life for a human life.
I went to New Zealand and this guy, I was taking a tour, and this guy was telling me about this murder case that happened, and he was saying that the guy went to jail for like 7 years and then was released. And I was like, what, 7 years? He's like, yeah, he served his time. I'm like, yeah, but the person he killed has no time left. It's like, I don't know about that. Like, I'm pretty liberal about most things, but I don't know, 7 years for murder or 14. I don't know. It just seems insane to me.
Yeah, but the real crime there is that Varg has no music left in him. It's BS, man. It's horrible.
Well, but honestly, I think it's always been terrible. personally.
Yeah, I've never really cared for Burzum.
I didn't, but it just spawned another awful pseudo black metal genre of I don't know what do you call it, extreme noise black metal, or what is it? I don't know. I guess it
Yeah.
has a little festering boil on the ass of black metal.
Did you guys see?
As
Did you guys,
if it needs
nicely.
more festering boils.
did you guys see Lords of Chaos?
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
it was
yeah, I
okay.
did.
I missed it. I still haven't seen it.
It's
I thought
it's
it
all
was a
right.
travesty, personally. I think it was absolute BS.
Yeah, why so?
Well, all the characters that were just so cartoonishly bad, especially the character of Varg. It was just horrible. I actually do have a perspective of growing up in Europe and actually growing up in the metal scene, and these guys were absolute cartoons of probably what they were. And it felt to me like somebody just did a hatchet job, particularly on Varg. I mean, his whole real evil persona, that even now, after he's what do you call it, a reformed criminal, we just see a video of this guy and just looking at him, looking at the way his eyes are absolutely dead. This guy's personification of evil.
Right.
They didn't show that in the movie. He was just like a goofy kid that just, I don't know, just stabbed some
Took
dude.
it too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just stupid. I felt it wasn't a good description on the movie.
I will say the scene where Dead kills himself was pretty difficult to watch. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
up to Dead, I think.
I mean,
it
that
was
says
done
nothing
well.
about the quality of the movie and the portrayal of the characters themselves. But I'm just saying that scene was a little bit difficult.
I think up to
Okay.
that part actually was right. The story of the band forming, the way the characters got together, the way they started creating together, up to like the way he blew his head. Pretty much, it was very factual, and then after that, it became conjecture
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of the people that were actually involved with the scene have said the movie's complete and utter shit. And actually, the book it's based on, Lords of Chaos, they've said is bullshit as well.
yeah.
So
Well, I mean, there's a documentary. Oh fuck, I always forget the name of the documentary, but it's a documentary about the Norwegian black metal scene. It's
Before the Light Takes Us.
yeah, that's what it's called. There's a funny scene with Fenriz is like, "Hello, it's me. How are you?" I don't know. It's a funny phone scene. There's somebody on Twitter that they tweet it like it's like every Friday or something. But yeah, so I get the Metalhead box, and recently they sent me this.
Nice.
Nice.
I figured I'd put it underneath my cat box.
On the lid.
Yeah,
That would look like a good cape for the cat on Halloween, man.
There you go.
yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Not my thing. Not my thing. I don't know, the atmospheric ladyboy stuff I might like a little bit better.
No.
You don't like Children of Bodom or
No.
no?
Not anymore. Not anymore. I like the first 3 albums. I thought were pretty
Same
damn
for
good.
me.
After
First
that,
three.
we kind of veered off.
I'm a proud elitist. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
I'm-
COB were cool. The first 3, honestly, I was blown away.
Yeah.
And the first 3 just by Alexi's chops.
Guitar playing's fine. Just
And-
stylistically does nothing for me.
Production wise, I don't know how you can get such a paper thin production. I don't even know physically how you can make it to sound so paper thin, but somehow they manage. And it's been always that way for them.
Yeah.
And the goofy keyboards, I just can't.
Yeah, the
stand them.
keyboards
Wow.
kill it for me. The keyboards, I'm out. Which is not to say keyboards are a non-starter in all situations. I don't dislike keyboards. I dislike candy ass keyboards.
Candy.
Like when it sounds like some like Pop-Tart explosion bullshit. I'm out.
So what do you think about?
Like a cheap Casio.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about? Faith No More has a keyboard player.
That's fine.
Never got into
Keys
Faith
are
No More.
fine.
Yeah,
that
Roddy-
was
Roddy
a
Bottom.
particular time where Fate No More was cool and I enjoyed them. What is it? The one with the swan on the cover.
Angel
Angel
Dust.
Dust.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was a pretty good album, which it kind of gelled both the aggression and whatever progressiveness they brought into it. But honestly, that was like the only album that really made sense to me. But I always felt their guitar player. His
It was
name
Jim Martin. Jim
evades
Martin.
me right now.
Jim Martin.
Jim Martin.
Yeah.
Jim Martin sounded super heavy, and I'm like, why doesn't this guy with his badass guitar tone and these badass riff get rid of all this pansy ass shit that and make a really cool metal band? And it just
Well,
never happened.
His nickname was Jim Metal Martin, and when he left Faith No More, he didn't do a whole lot. He did a band with Jason Newsted for a while. I can't even remember the name of that band. I think that
He
was
grows pumpkins now.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, the last thing he was in the news for is he grew like some gigantic pumpkin.
Okay, well, good.
So the dude's a farmer.
I mean, why not? He probably gets enough residual money, right?
Oh, I'm sure. Like he was wasn't he one of the primary songwriters? He and
Oh, yeah.
Gold, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Jim. You're
Well,
talking
and
about Jim Martin. I thought you were talking about Jason Newsted.
No. I was talking about Martin. You know,
Well,
on the
Newsted
successful
is
Faith No More
banking a lot
albums.
better.
Newsted, well, yeah, probably.
Newsted is probably banking a lot more on those Metallic albums, especially the one he didn't play bass on. Honestly, although a lot of people say his bass is turned down, I actually pulled it up on my recording app and did all kinds of tricks trying to bring out and actually hear any bass, but I don't think it's in there. Honestly, I don't think they have it in there at all. I would just love to hear maybe.
Rasmussen said that he
real-
was asked specifically to lower the dB to the point where it was almost inaudible. Like Lars and James actually requested him to bring the bass down to the point it was almost inaudible.
Why? But why
But
do
the
that?
thing, but the thing is, you would have some hits and you would at least hear like some pick attack
Something.
or something in there, and it's not there. And I talking about Jason, I just listened Doomsday for the Deceiver today, and his bass playing is just amazing. He does bass solos. I mean, just amazing playing. It's taken a long time since I listened to it. That was like one of my favorite albums as a kid.
Well, they gave the
And
guy
I
a whole
heard it.
bass solo section on tour, but you won't
I
let
know.
him actually be audible on the albums.
Well, they gave everybody had a solo. It gives everybody else in the band a break. They play a long ass set, so
Mhm.
I mean that's one thing I can give
Yeah, I
them.
mean that was the thing. I think the solo was pretty much a homage to
Cliff Burton.
Cliff. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
why Metallica has always had it. And I don't think Jason ever played, anesthesia or any of these things properly. In my opinion, it just sounded weird. And it also does with Rob Trujillo. I mean, at least to me, it does. I'd rather not hear it
Jason's a pick
and have
player,
him
though,
do
isn't
something
he?
original.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Yep. So
I mean,
you guys are, Jason Newsted's band before Metallica, Flotsam and Jetsam. You guys are going to open for them, and they got
Not this
moved.
year.
That got moved to next year, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Yeah.
next week. Now it's next year.
Yeah.
Same
So-
date, just a year removed.
That's strange.
So it was supposed to be May 6th of this year. Now it's going to be May 6th of next year. So
Well,
same date, different year.
do you think that'll happen?
I don't see why not. Depending on the virus, see how long it takes.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Are you guys going out at all?
Not right now.
Not right now.
You know, it looks like Houston, our curve is pretty much flattened. I'm not going to risk it until, we're for sure that it's on the decline.
Yeah.
So I don't even go to the grocery store. We have everything delivered.
Really?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do the Instacart.
I went to the grocery store today. It was weird, but I wore my mask, and they gave me They had the carts. They were sanitizing the carts before they gave them to you. So I felt okay. I mean, as long as there's nobody sick in there, like fondling all the items.
Well, but the scary thing is people can be vectors without displaying any symptoms.
Right.
So you wouldn't know.
Well, there were people in there without masks, and they weren't turning anybody away. But I think maybe starting tomorrow, they might start turning people away without masks.
Yeah, I think.
maybe.
Yeah, I think Houston's supposed to be doing that, right?
The Harris
Starting
County
tomorrow.
Harris County.
Yeah, the
but
county.
the HPD police chief said, screw Judge Hidalgo. We're not gonna enforce it. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. I do have a mask, thank God. But the people that don't have to go find one somewhere first.
I think the stay-at-home order actually expires at midnight. Today is the last day of the stay-at-home order, so that coincides with tomorrow. The order to wear masks begins the day after the stay-at-home order expires. So
Yeah.
Not a coincidence. So they're trying to open some things back up. Retail's open for curbside pickup and things of that nature. I mean, we can't continue as we are indefinitely. We've got to start opening some things back up.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta. I mean, with this day and age, you're going to get so many idiots that are just going to be like, "Hey, it's a free party now,"
Sure.
because we're just going to make things a lot worse than it is right now.
Sure.
So,
I wouldn't be
that's great.
surprised.
Good
Actually.
job, Texas. Good job.
I went to Sam's a few days ago, and there was this kid, just hacking loogies on the parking lot in front of everybody. And he was super proud of it. His mom right next to him, amazing.
Wow.
And the thing is like, man, I want to punch this kid, but he might be contagious. He can't even do that.
Yeah,
That's
stay
even
away.
worse.
Stay away.
But yeah, shit, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We'll just.
It's an interesting time.
It's I don't know what to say. There is no right solution.
No, just if you have masks and you have to go out, wear them. I've been going
just
to
don't go out if you don't have to. Don't
right.
take
Don't
the risk.
go out. Yeah, I've been going to the parks.
Don't go out with people, or next to people as much as you can. Stay away from people.
So I got to put this. This is on. So Sid says hi.
Hey, Sid.
Hey, Sid.
My friend Kendrick, he's in Violent System out in Atlanta. He says hey.
Hello, Kendrick.
Hey.
Cheers, bro.
And there's a cat. And then we got a comment on Twitch.
There you go. Especially a metal band being so afraid of death, I think we might be a little hypocritical there.
Perhaps.
What's your cat's name, Simon?
That's Emmett.
Emmett.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get Emmett a headset. You change your font to Simon and Emmett. Nice. And he's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you guys.
So
what's the name of yours, Rob?
The one that jumped up here, that was Dimmu.
Oh, okay.
Dimmu. Like Dimmu Borger, but
Got you.
But so Dimmu is Icelandic for dark.
Nice.
And I got her not too long after I came back from a trip to Iceland. And my girlfriend at the time, she went with me to Iceland and she brought me the cat. So I was like, well, we'll call her Dimmu.
Cool.
Yeah. So Dimmu Borgir is a place in Iceland that it's these crazy volcanic. All of Iceland is just a volcanic island, but there's just one particular part in northeast Iceland. It's got these crazy volcanic columns and caves and shit, and they have a lot of folk tales about everything. They believe in fairies and shit there, but the story about Dimmu Borgir is that's where
I think
Satan,
that's where Shagrat comes into play, right?
maybe. Sure. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's where apparently Satan,
man,
where they
you just
believe.
lost like 20 medal points right there.
I don't know. Maybe if you typed it out, I'd recognize the name, but Maybe your Bulgarian accent. I couldn't understand what you said.
I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. I don't think there's a proper
Type it
way.
in. Type it in. Can you type it in?
Shagrath?
Can you type it in the
Shaggy Rat? Hey, that's a good word.
Shaggy
Shaggy Rats.
That's the
Shaggy
name
Rats.
of my glam rock band.
Shaggy
You have a glam.
Rats.
So do you have a glam rock band?
No.
No.
But I might, man. Depends how long this quarantine goes over,
Right? Out of sheer boredom. Well, what have I not written? Glam metal songs.
Justin just
So check-
started up.
Check this. Dustin.
spinoff, right?
Dustin says, "What's up?" Dustin from Envy the Dead says, "What's up, guys? Love the format, rib." You can tell that was autocorrect. Autocorrect did that.
I don't know. I don't get it. Rob. Oh,
Yeah.
instead of Rob,
Rib.
it's
Instead of
Rob.
Rob, you put
All
rib.
right, baby.
Yeah.
Cool. So now we gotta be talking barbecue metal.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's talking about ribs.
Oh shit!
Is this what you're talking about? Is this what you're talking about?
Did you see the name Shagrat? That's the singer for Dimmu Borgir.
Dimmu.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's why you lost 20 metal points right there.
Okay, because I didn't recognize his name right away. Whatever, dude. If I knew everybody's name in every metal band,
You'd
I
be
would-
Frasier.
yeah, sure. I don't.
You don't
it's
know
just
Frasier?
impossible. No, I don't think so.
He doesn't get the Frasier jokes.
The king of heavy metal, man.
King,
You
the
gotta
king,
meet
no,
this
he
guy.
was dethroned. We took his
Oh,
throne.
he's the throne.
He's no longer the king of heavy metal.
We gotta
Garrett
get
from
you an
Hellstar
interview with this
is now
guy.
the
He's
king of
not
heavy
in a
metal.
band, but man, you gotta do an interview with him. I'm telling you.
Frasier's a character in the scene.
Is he here in Houston?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, he's a Houston staple.
He's a Houston.
Houston,
Why
yeah,
don't-
Houston metal scene stable.
He assigned us the moniker "Bastards of Satan."
Bastards
That
of
was
Satan. Yeah.
Last gig. Well, no, that was that BTR gig.
I might know who he is. I don't know. Maybe.
You've
You'd probably
seen
know him if you saw him.
Maybe. Yeah, so barbecue metal. Yeah, so Kendrick is like, fuck yeah, I got a thick infused barbecue sauce. So when I interviewed you guys before the Vakken battle, you mentioned the genre of barbecue metal, Justin, and that's
Yes.
you're forever the barbecue metal guy to me now.
Line him up. I'll knock him down.
So Jesus Christ, dude, is that so? I'm trying to look at your books, and like the one I can read the easiest is the big Hitler book in the corner. Hitler.
And out of everything, that's what you focus on, huh?
That's the only one I can read. Read out loud.
You don't see the Kama Sutra like third one from the left.
No, I can't see it.
Okay, so the shelf you're seeing with Hitler, that's all German history and politics. So I have them categorized by nation or topic. So I'm a historian, so that's all history, philosophy, religion, biographies. That's all
Okay.
that is. So
All right,
yeah.
Shagrath. There you go. Okay,
Shagrath.
there you go. Got it. Singer for Dimmer Borker. Got it. Okay, so barbecue metal. Explain to the viewers again what barbecue metal is.
Barbecue metal is the terrible, derpy, knuckle-dragging bullshit that has been prevalent since Pantera came on the scene in the early 90s. Now, as we stated before, it's not Pantera's fault. Like, Pantera's got some decent albums. Not all of them, but there's a few decent Pantera albums. The problem is Pantera invited all the rednecks to the party.
Yeah.
And so all the rednecks that decided that they weren't going to play football anymore, they were going to pick up guitars, all formed all of these terrible groove bands in the 90s. And that still seems to be, especially here in Texas, a good 75% of the bands that exist and are booked on most of the local shows.
And
Bullshit,
they really
knuckle
hate to
dragging,
practice their
power
instrument.
chord exclusively playing bullshit.
Like open
Confederate flag
open
waving
E,
morons.
open E and F type of riff, you know.
Yep, heard that one 20,000 times this week.
And I think there is also another
What's that
reason
song again?
for the barbecue moniker. The barbecue moniker also comes for the fact that when you go on stage, you actually dress as you would dress for a backyard barbecue
Yeah,
in
short,
Texas.
flip flops,
Yeah.
camo,
There was
Yeah.
one guy that had actually flip flops that had beer openers on the bottom. I thought that was really hygienic.
Yeah.
That was super cool though.
You could step
It's
in the
like-
dog shit and then open your beer with the sandal.
See, back we didn't think about this. Now this virus just told us how nasty humanity really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you guys going to be a little more OCD about keeping clean and shit?
No.
No.
Well, I've been
I
practicing
already
social
learned how to wash my
isolation
hands.
forever, man. I hate fucking people. So, I mean, not really much changes for me. I'm actually one of the people that would usually keep a cart in front of me and whoever's in line, just because I don't want to be in their face and I don't want them to be in my face. Usually, unless it's a super hot chick, but then I have a wife, so I get in trouble for that. So only on days when I'm shopping by myself.
So you've already been having to adhere to the 6-foot rule.
Yeah, I mean, that not much change. And to be honest with you, another thing is like social isolation. I did have a really bad accident that put me in a wheelchair for a year and a half. So I mean, this is nothing new for me. The difference is now actually I can walk in the neighborhood. And you know, the thing as far as friends were concerned back then, people just saw you as a pariah.
Whoa.
You know, you were bad news.
Where's Simon going?
Simon's going on the throne now. He's gonna play some drums. Show us the dog, man. Show us the dog. We want to see the dog.
Oh wow.
There we go.
Who's that?
Isn't he precious?
That's Tiberius.
That puppy is
Tiberius, like
Yeah.
James Tiberius Kirk.
Exactly.
Nice. See,
Oh,
I got
thought
that.
it was after the Roman emperor, man.
That's what I was thinking too. Not as cool anymore.
Oh, way cooler.
So anyway, how about any of us? Have we discovered any new music during this quarantine? Something that we really dig?
Not much has really been out.
I mean, there are a lot of bands that are still putting stuff out. That it was on the schedule, and you know they're just putting it out and hoping people pick it up. There's some people that have there's some people that are hoping that are delaying releases on stuff, but like Danzig sings Elvis has been something that's been rumored for years.
No one needs to hear that.
It finally came out, dude. It's good.
Danzig's covers are so bad.
Dude,
honestly,
listen to
everything
it?
Danzig's
Have
done
you listened to
in
it?
the last 20 years is so bad. That last covers album he did, what was that called? With oh god, bad.
He didn't do a whole covers album.
Yeah, like 2-3 years ago, he did a covers album, and it was not good.
Skeletons.
But you haven't heard Chris Barnes?
Yeah, I think it was called
Skeletons.
Skeletons. Oh, Chris Barnes. Oh. that's a whole other level of bullshit.
Yeah, 6 Feet Under.
He did
They-
one like what 2 years,
The
3 years
AC/DC
ago. Oh my
cover.
god, that just went right in the delete folder. That was disgusting.
Oh, bad.
6 Feet Under. They have a new
album.
album coming out.
Not new music, but
That's great.
new Warbringer's pretty good. New Sirathungal is pretty good.
Warbringer's always awesome.
Yeah.
I discovered Alvin Lee, the blues guy.
Okay. Very cool.
Testament
like,
one is it's
The
half and
New
half.
Testament's not bad actually.
not
Kind of
bad.
grows on you. The
It's
song
half and
that they
half.
led off with actually has this really bad barbecue metal hook in there that throws me off all the time. But the rest of the album doesn't have this. So I mean, I'm digging it.
It's not bad at all. It just feels like they're kind of flying on autopilot.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Trivium put out a new album. I
Never
don't
been a fan.
I don't like his vocals at all, but some of the guitar playing, he's a phenomenal guitar player.
I
Not
don't
my
know.
cup of tea.
Super early Trivium actually had some originality to it, and that's been absolutely taken away. They're just a cookie cutter boredom snooze fest to me, honestly. But
Fair
what
enough.
do I know? What do I know, man? It's just one guy's opinion.
Black Dahlia Murder just came out with a new album. Venomous. It's good.
Okay.
You know, like, he's like, no, no,
Man, where do you find these bands? You need to start
no.
listening to some good shit.
Hey, I didn't say it.
Actually, tell you the truth.
Have you guys heard the new Abysmal Dawn album?
Not yet. I've heard a track off it.
The track you've heard of, it's probably the best song on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still like the whole album, I could listen to it on repeat and it's fine. But that one song definitely stands out, like Soul Sick Nation, I believe is what it's called. That one definitely sticks out. Who else put out something else?
The best thing I've heard.
Code Orange. I don't know.
The best thing I've heard all year is from Vreedhammer, and I think that's how you say it. And the album's called Viperous. But those guys, without a doubt, I mean, the whole album's fucking great.
Yeah. Right on.
Recently, I watched a really good movie on the Bay Area thrash metal scene that just got released. It's on Amazon. I can probably provide the link in a little bit.
Do you remember what it's called?
I'll get it to. It was called "Murder in the Front Row," which is a quote from an Exodus song.
Okay.
That's the name of the movie, yeah. And it was really good. They had interviews with all these guys. I watched that yesterday, actually. It was, I know it's not really new, but it was, new media interviews with all the old bands, like most of the stuff I've heard already. But, they had recent interviews with Kerry King, Dave Mustaine, all these guys from the Big Four, which they actually tried to cram in, Anthrax in there, which was kind of weird. Because I don't think
they're not from their Bay Area now.
Anything
they're
to do
New
with
York
the Bay
band.
Area, yeah. I would have rather been happy to, bring in somebody like Forbidden or Violence, like one of the Violence guys, if anyone's alive from that band. They were
Violence
just as bad as
Violence.
Sorry, go ahead.
Violence. They what's his name? What the fuck's his name? Kevin. Is it Kevin? Either way, the lead singer, he was really sick. He had leukemia.
Cancer, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had it was like leukemia or lupus or something like that. He had a type of cancer, but he's in remission and they've been doing shows. I saw them at Full Terror Assault, and then they also played that Power Trip's Evil Beat, in January, I believe. So yeah, that was awesome. I mean, they're back for sure. They're back.
Yeah, I wish Forbidden would put something new out. I know they did one 5-6 years ago. They did a reunion album and then kind of fell off the map again. But I always really liked Forbidden quite a bit. Twisted into Form is a great album.
So Alex, you were showing us your shirt. What's up with that?
It's my endorsement. I just had to show it.
You're endorsing. So stand up again. What is that? Nosferatu Craft Beer Shop. Where's that?
Sofia, Bulgaria.
So
it's a little craft beer store that has a bar. Well, that sucks for them now, doesn't it? I hope that you can at least buy beer over there now. And they actually carry our record. So
nice.
It's a tit for tat kind of thing.
Okay.
And I mean, really nice guys. We got T-shirts, all of us, and we left some CDs there, which I haven't been back to see if they sold.
So you're from Bulgaria. Are you from Sofia?
Yes.
Okay. So is that the biggest city in Bulgaria?
Bareback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so you're from there. Has Scrollkeeper played in Bulgaria?
That's where we started.
Haven't. Although we kind of joked that we did what was it? We
started
the world tour.
The Bulgaria World Tour.
But you guys have played there?
No. Unfortunately, we haven't.
You laugh like it's
so
ludicrous. I mean, it can happen. Why not? Right?
Oh, we want to.
Let me just say that before this hit, ticket to Europe would be $1,000, and then somehow you got to bring in all that equipment. Although I still have friends in the scene that we could possibly borrow.
Yeah, you
bag or steal equipment from, as long as, well, the drums are kind of a little more sketchy. No, actually,
Yeah.
that'll be the easiest, because my old drummer still has a full kit, so I guess Simon will be decked out with a, what was that German brand? That's like, anyway. So yeah, I mean, we have to get all the
Scheiße
equipment.
kit.
Scheiße. Oh, I'm sorry, that's my car. Nah,
But yeah, if you go all the way,
Sonar.
if you're going all the way to Europe, it would be difficult to take your own instruments. That would be something that'd be good. Like if you had an endorsement with a company and they just furnished you with gear when you got there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. A lot of people, make such a big deal about carrying an instrument, and the thing is, if you bring in a Fender type,
Oh.
guitar, you can just take away the neck and just bolt it back on. So you can stick it. You can carry the neck with you and then stick the rest of it in luggage. They can beat it up, but what would really happen to it? Nothing really that bad. So I've traveled like that. It's better than actually putting your expensive guitar and sticking it in a special crate. That as soon as those airline guys see this, is like, oh, I'm gonna bust the shit out of this. But no, honestly, the thing is, we were in talks. We actually do have what do you call it? Distribution deal with a German label on our previous EP, and I don't know if they'll pick up the new one, but we do have some little, how would I call it, beachhead on the European scene. The thing is, though, it has to financially make sense, or all of us have to decide to go on vacation and do it.
Right.
Just setting up all the gigs would probably be the problem. And plus, now with this virus shit, who knows?
Right. It's tough, man.
I guess that would have been the first.
Oh,
that
we lost
should
Justin.
have been the first one.
He's gone. He said, "Fuck this, I'm out."
But no, I mean, most of us want to do it. I think
I'd love to do it.
Nobody's opposed to it.
Yeah, just make a vacation of it. Just go over there, get your homies to hook Simon up with a kit. Justin doesn't need anything. He can take his own microphone with him, right?
Yeah, sure. And no, I mean, it is doable. The fact is, we don't want to just do a European. We don't want to just do a Bulgarian show. We want to probably set up at least 5 dates or something like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Do a little more, and financially feasible at this point, probably not. And then who knows how much tickets are gonna be once everything goes back to normal.
Yeah, man. Do you think they're gonna just jack them up like crazy to try to make their money back, or?
Well,
No, they shouldn't.
I have a degree in economics.
Okay.
Besides IT,
I do not.
The thing is, think about this. The federal treasury just printed $2.3 trillion. What happens with your savings in the bank? There is all this new money.
FDIC insured.
No, it is insured. But what is it worth? It's probably worth about half of what you had.
Oh, so yeah, you're just saying that the fiat currency value is going to decrease.
Yeah, I mean, they're just printing toilet paper right now.
Yeah,
or probably toilet paper is more expensive.
Well, I still haven't got my stimulus check. Have you guys gotten it?
I got mine.
You got yours?
Yeah.
Do you get one, Alex? Are you eligible?
No, I'm still waiting on it, and we'll see. I'm not in a big hurry, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I am probably eligible for unemployment as well. I just don't want to go into it at this point. I just want to give it a little time. It's like, I can wait 1 or 2 months. I don't want to deal with BS. Honestly, if I don't have to take it, I probably won't. But that's a new guitar. At least guitar prices haven't jacked up yet this bad.
Right.
They had a big jack up on prices on September last year. And, everything went up as far as the guitar world, just kind of went up 30-40%. Before this hit.
I haven't really seen many things go up in price yet. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, if they do right now, what's going to happen? People are going to take out their guns and just start shooting motherfuckers. It's going to get nasty. That's why you haven't seen it. They're keeping it down, but once things level out, they put you back, on the little hamster wheel. That's when it's gonna go, and it's gonna go gradually as this lockdown went. If you noticed, it was. We'll take a little bit. We'll take a little more. We'll
Hey.
take a little more, and here are you.
Justin's back.
Here are you
I don't-
stuck in your house, and you can't do much. But it
Just-
hasn't been as bad as Europe.
Justin, can you hear us?
Yes.
You want to go out?
Okay, your AirPods died, I guess.
Yeah, they died.
Okay.
Am
Well,
I feedback or?
it's not too
We
bad.
hear you.
That's the one thing I'm worried about is our audio coming through your speakers, But it seems to be okay.
Okay.
So, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. So,
Me specifically?
yeah,
Okay.
to you specifically. So, but it's on the Scrollkeeper YouTube page. You and your fiance, is that right?
Yes.
You're kind of teaching her the ways of metal.
Yeah, I was just looking for something to keep us entertained, while we're at home constantly. So I figured, we don't have enough content on our YouTube page anyway. So I figured, well, I'll add some content. I figured reaction videos seem to be pretty popular right now. So I'd have somebody who's not familiar with metal, who's here with me, react to metal. So.
Well, it's been entertaining. I can tell your stuff. That was real cool when you were telling her about the whole reason Tony Iommi had to down tunes because of his fingertips. That's a neat little tidbit there.
You
So
missed a major point, though. It was his sacrifice to Satan.
yeah.
Sacrifice to Satan.
Cut
Well,
off the
he
finger.
said you can't have the whole thing, but I can give you just the tip.
Right.
That's all he wanted, because the sound is all in the tip. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, when you think about it, like all the bands that became successful, Metallica, Cliff Burton had to die in order for them to become a worldwide sensation. That could have been construed as their gift to Satan, or not necessarily gift to Satan, but more a sacrifice. I don't know. Quite a few other bands. If you look at that genre, they had the guy that blew his head up. What is it? Mayhem.
Yeah, Dead. We were talking about him. Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about that band, also that murder. Whoever wasn't a murderer, became super famous from that scene.
Right.
The other guys in the band, and they were actually the real musicians, which was the funny thing.
Right.
If you think about that band, the guys that played music, they didn't want to be involved in murder. But it was
Right.
easier for some other guys to murder in order to
Yeah.
become famous
burn
than
churches.
actually to learn a freaking guitar or something.
Well, I think-
Simon's got a new snare drum, and I've been waiting to hear that thing forever, man. I was like,
Hey, I just realized that it comes with S hoops, and I put the mics on them. The clip mics don't work on S hoops, so I rigged the top one. We'll have to find a stand for the bottom one.
oh, okay. Yeah, tell us about that brand, man. What was it? It was a
they're-
really interesting.
They're Hendrix drums. I just stumbled across them on one of the drum channels that I watch. They're actually Houston based, so
Cool.
supporting a Texas company.
Nice.
They're amazing drums. I've always wanted one, and they actually, when you go to, actually got it from where did I get it? It's a Houston store as well. I think they're called Symbol Fusion. It's a drum store up by Beltway 8. And they ordered it for me, and they special order their drums. So they have a few in stock, but if you want some of their other line, which there's quite a few of, they actually make them for you. So you have to, they called them, they made it for me specially. And it's a great drum. I still need to mess with it, So right now it's just the tuning that they came out of the box, but I'll probably crank it up a little higher. But yeah, Hendrix drums. If you haven't looked at them, check them out. They're a great company.
That's awesome, dude. I didn't realize that there was a drum company in Houston.
I did not either. Really didn't.
Maybe
there
maybe
used to
I'll.
be a guitar company too, but well, actually, maybe there is one now, but their stuff is made in China. Diamond Amplification. They have a guitar wing.
I know
but
there's
it's all
a.
made in China now.
I know there's a amp. There's an amp company in Houston
Diamond.
called. No. It's called like Steamboat Amp Works.
Okay.
Because they're like right next to my friend's motorcycle shop. They kind of like share a building.
There used to be Robin guitars, which were actually pretty good guitars. I think they wanted a little too much for them.
When we get back to a place where I've got something in the private chat. Okay, you sent me the link. Sorry, I just now saw that.
No problem.
But yeah, once we get back to okay, so Kendrick has a question for you, Simon.
Oh, it's
He's a drummer also. So
it's a 14 by 6.5. But normally so for a long time, I've been playing on a 13 by 5. But this one I wanted something bigger, beefier. So the new one is 14 and 6 by 5.
What's I never thought about it, but like on the Helmet's Betty album, John Stanier had like a piccolo snare he used on that album.
Yeah, so they're like piccolo snares are normally a higher pitch.
Yeah.
And they normally you can range them, I mean, like 13-inch to 14-inch heads, but I mean they normally go in sizes of like 3 inches, 4 inches, around that. They're not very big. They're not very deep, a lot of them. So
I don't really to me that really like the drumming on that album really stood out to me because of that sound from that snare. I don't know. Do you guys remember that album?
I don't think I've heard it.
No.
Who's that?
I think the only one I have is Meantime.
Meantime, yeah. I think it's the album after Meantime. It's the one with like Wilma's Rainbow and Milk Toast. Betty, I think, is on that album as well. So it's a good album. I would say Betty, and then in the meantime, they're 2 Helmet albums. Then everything else you can just forget about.
Oh, we're talking about Helmet. I guess I'll have to check their website to let you know which I liked. I did like one, and it was probably their second one, the one that broke them.
Yeah, that was
that
the
made
Meantime.
Yeah,
Meantime's still a really good album.
Yeah,
that had a great production. I mean, they really spent a lot of money and time on that production.
I went to their
probably almost like Metallica-sized Black Album production, if I'm not mistaken.
I went to their last year. They did their 30 years, 30 cities, 30 songs tour. I went to their show at Scout Bar, and they played some hits at the beginning and some hits at the end, and a bunch of filler in the middle.
Ooh.
And Paige Hamilton was the only original member. Everybody else were hired guns, you know. So it just was
the
weird.
singer, right? The singer and
the singer,
guitarist.
Yeah, he's a guitarist. It's funny, like he has like a master's in jazz theory, but like he doesn't even play guitar a lot of the time. Like he'll play it like a little bit and then he'll sing without playing the guitar.
See, that was my biggest problem with that band is like their riffs. I'm looking at their riffs, and I used to sing like progressive thrash metal and play riffs, and I mean insane freaking riffs in my old band, and actually managed to sing and get it on time. And I'm looking at this guy crunching like 2 power chords, and as soon as it comes to a verse, he drops, and the guy behind him is playing the same power chord. So it's like, what the hell, man? You can't keep that stupid rhythm. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't really huge into Helmet. I like Prong actually a lot better, which they were kind of around that era. Prong were cooler, I thought.
Yeah, Prong were pretty
until
cool.
He went to play with Danzig, and then that guitarist really sucked with Danzig for some reason. That was like the worst
Back to
Danzig.
Danzig sucking.
Hey, come on, dude.
I actually like the first 4 Danzig albums quite a bit.
John Christ
Well, yeah.
was the
Everything
shit
just
though.
fell
As far
apart
as,
after album 4.
as far as Danzig is concerned, John Christ was incredible. That's what I think. He just had the right touch of evil.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think all 4 of those, those first 4 albums that you talked about were all produced by Rick Rubin, and then a buddy of mine actually told me a theory that he thinks what happened to Danzig, because if you go from Danzig 4 to Danzig 5, Danzig 5 sounds like it wants to be like a Nine Inch Nails album, but and everybody loved Danzig's voice, and then he just stripped it. But they were thinking, like, his theory is he had a nose job, and after he had the nose job, he wasn't able to get the same
The Resonance.
the same airflow basically that he could
That
before,
makes
and it's taken him a while to get back. But I saw the Misfits, the original Misfits, in Chicago last year. It was actually, tomorrow will be exactly 1 year, and he was out of breath. I mean, the dude's 62 years old, 63 years old, but he was doing those old Misfits songs okay. Though the Misfits songs were not as complicated to sing as his Danzig songs, but
Look, the guy had, I mean, might even still have a great voice, but he's suffered in recent years by really shitty production.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that falls on his shoulders because he self-produces a lot of the current Danzig stuff, and it sounds awful. Awful.
That's the thing with a lot of bands lately when they decide to self-produce.
So I haven't heard Danzig sings Elvis yet. I have the LP and the CD coming. I know it's on Spotify and other streaming platforms, but some of my friends are saying that they could hear like the click track for the drums and most of it. Like it got through the recording.
It might have been going through his headphones. There was a huge pop song. I don't remember who it was singing, but actually, what happened is the girl vocalist, I think it was Christina Aguilera, and she had these open back headphones like this brand, the AKGs. They're very famous, and pretty much every studio has them, and the way people wear them, they actually put one and the other one is out.
Right.
And so this is actually a speaker in here, so that actually broadcasts and it gets picked up by a super sensitive mic, so it ends up on the record, because if you have a good vocal take, you can't cut it out on vocal lines. So I imagine that's probably what happened. Or it could be something even worse, it might be just that they forgot that track,
Oh, I like how you got right up on that mic. That was real ASMR of you.
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I gotta go. I gotta split.
Okay, Simon.
So thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
See you guys.
Metal.
Simon's gone.
Simon's gone. Now we can talk
Simon's
shit about him.
Now you can talk shit about him. So he's your drummer. You guys have all been in other bands before.
Yep.
This is too bright. Oh, that's better.
Simon actually started the band. So
okay.
Simon started the band with another guitar player 4 or 5 years ago who didn't stick with us, and so then it's kind of formed from those origins.
Right on.
Yeah, the thing is, Justin and I have known each other since
early 2000s.
09 maybe, or
Yeah,
when we were with Richardson, 08, 09, something like that.
Yeah.
We were sharing rehearsal room, and we always have talked about, hey, maybe we should do something together. And it just so happened that I just shot him an email. It's like, hey man, how you doing? whatever. I just recovered from my accident, and I'm back to normal and playing and looking to get into something. So Justin said, "Hey, incidentally, I'm jamming with these two guys." At that point, you had one guitar player that, after he heard my chops, he pretty much just ran away.
Yeah,
Like,
we had
let's
a couple of guys come in.
and I don't consider myself that good, but this guy just saw me. He's like,
Yeah, we had a few guys come through that just weren't cutting it. So, but I knew bringing Alex in, Alex's chops are impeccable.
So how many of those guys believed in lizard people?
Ooh,
Lizard
one
people.
player we had probably believed in lizard people. I won't name names, but yeah, there's probably one.
Some people that we had really thought that horror movies were actually realities.
Yeah.
Somebody who wanted us to write a song about a murder boat.
A murder boat?
Murder boat.
What's a murder boat?
The chorus that was proposed was murder boat, murder boat, murder boat. It's the terror that floats.
Hey man, I wrote a song about being a dump truck, so I don't know if that's much better.
We actually had a song title in my old band that was called Dump Truck of Love.
Dump Truck of Love.
It was a working title, though.
That sounds like an ex-girlfriend of mine.
Ooh.
Is it Dump Truck of Love or of certain fluids?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Murder Boat essentially is how should I say? Like, I mean, you've seen Chucky and the Bride of Chucky, right?
Sure.
The little murderous doll. Well, imagine that being a boat. Instead of Chucky, being the murder doll, you actually have a boat that's
yeah.
Well,
yeah,
no, kind of like Christine by Stephen King.
Sure.
Like that, but a boat.
But with a boat.
I've got a pretty open mind.
It's a twist. It's a boat.
I've got a pretty open mind, but when he tossed me lyrics to you might say motorboat.
I don't know, man.
Like, nope, not singing this.
It could have worked. I mean, it could have worked.
It could have.
There are Annihilator songs about things much worse than a murder boat.
You are correct, and that's why we regularly goof on that.
Annihilator.
We're actually working on a tune called Barbecue Metal.
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're working on it. We're working on a spoof tune, making fun of our compatriots here in the scene. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll win over a lot of fans with that one.
You know what? Fuck them. They're probably at home, drinking.
Hopefully watching
Miller
the show.
Lite. They're not watching. I mean, there's some people watching. We got three viewers right now live on all platforms. I'm not sure where they're coming from. I can see the number. Actually, we're up to 4. So I'm not sure where the viewers are. I wonder if it's counting me since I'm looking at it.
No perverts yet, man. Only
I know. We requested perverts, and we haven't received.
We requested pervert. Let me put the link. Let me put the link in the chat
Hopefully
one more time, and we'll get hopefully
we'll get some perverts.
I actually did see
all perverts.
Put a call out to all perverts. I see Kendrick actually posted a thing about airlines when we're talking about traveling with instruments.
Oh, it said
they would store the instrument.
Periscope didn't get your comment. It was probably filtered. Periscope filters anything that looks like spam. Try another. So I guess calling out for
perverts, man. Do a PRE instead of PER and probably pick it up.
Well, if we're talking about the barbecue crowd, it's preverts.
Preverts. Yeah, I'll try again.
I should have brought like the only beer I managed to find is actually very barbecue metal. Tecate.
There we go. That went through. Preverts worked.
Preverts worked. Preverts. They're letting them program now.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know.
give rednecks guitars, and the whole world goes to shit.
So Justin, I wanted to. We talked a little bit about the thing you're doing with your fiance, with the metal on your YouTube. Have you watched a lot of other reaction videos?
No, honestly, it was kind of a callous decision on my part. I was like, what's stupid that people actually pay attention to? Well, the reaction videos are popular right now. How do we generate some more plays on our YouTube channel? I don't know.
Not
I guess
quite.
people like reaction videos.
Has it
Not
worked?
quite truthful, Justin.
Yeah.
You actually watch Lost in Vegas.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good. So, yeah, I just figured, drive up some traffic to the YouTube site. So
Yeah, fair enough. Why not? You don't have any content for your band, so make some of that.
I mean, there's live videos up, and there's some rehearsal room stuff. I think a couple of our singles are up. The official audio is up on the YouTube page. But yeah, it's just something different to maybe drive some interest.
Yeah.
And
Well, right
we'll
on.
have material. We'll have material quite very soon. Actually, we're down in the last stages. We did have a hiccup with a certain artist.
Oh, yeah, we haven't got to that yet.
Who rhymes with spruce. Yeah, I mean, it was very interesting artwork. I mean, talking about not being able to draw human at all.
Did you get Rob Liefeld to do your cover or something?
No, he can't draw feet.
No.
He can't draw feet. He can draw pouches.
Oh, okay.
He can draw pouches all.
So anyway, this guy basically tried human emotions and drawing humans, which was our request, and it didn't seem to work out. So we're actually going with an alternate artwork, which wasn't exactly our original vision, but last guy that we had was Helge, a German artist who unfortunately was a little tied up at this point and we couldn't use him, although he did show interest. But it was a week after we contacted him, and we had contacted the disastrous guy that we used and ceased with. So we're gonna have artwork. It's gonna be done soon, and with this time we'll actually do something different. We'll try to shop it to labels first, and then if it doesn't work, we'll self-release.
Yeah.
So
But,
it's
we
just an
decided
EP.
to take an approach. Well,
No,
last one,
no,
it's a full
length.
album,
Okay.
11 songs. And yeah, I mean, last one met with some interest. We actually did talk with some labels, which
We had a
also
distributor in Germany. We had a small little indie label in Germany bought a bunch of copies off of us to distribute there. But
and that kind of promoted some personnel shift last year that we had in the band. Just some people had to fall off the wagon. It's when you start playing on a higher level, you actually have to get better players.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the thing is, like, how do you balance friendships with all this? And sooner or later you keep on telling people, hey, you need to improve, or at least communicate with us, something like that. And when you don't receive either, how long do you wait on that? You eventually make a decision and move on.
Right.
And on the upside of that, I do have my buddy Andrew Sutton we were in Descent into Madness together. He lives in San Antonio now, so that makes our practices a little more complicated, but he's our bass player. He's gonna have 2 songs on this album, and unfortunately he just came in too late on the production cycle, so we couldn't
push it.
cut everything with him. Yeah, because we were already 3 months behind.
The
So we did
original
as much as we
target was
could.
May 1st, and now we're looking at maybe June 1st.
Yeah, looks like it'll probably come together June 1st, but then it depends if some labels show interest. We might have to push it back more.
Yeah, then it'll be delayed.
Yeah, September is usually a good day for records for some reason. But we have to have it wrapped up. It has to be a package, just because we're just sick of, waiting on it. It's just
especially things out of your control. It's like, you hire a guy who, like, you look at his portfolio, amazing art. It's like, wow, I'd love to have something like that. And he just takes a third on your album. And you're like, what the hell happened, dude?
I mean, there are lots of great artists in Houston. I mean, where are you finding these guys?
Well, we did want something specific to be drawn. And the first guy, I don't even remember how we found him. He did artwork for another band. Actually, a German band put up their album, I think, and Helge was actually the artist. So they recommended him. But it was basically him and a Bulgarian artist. The Bulgarian artist on the last one was actually our first pick. And then we get to talking, and he sends me this contract which basically, if you read the legal contract, I mean, he just wanted to wipe his ass with us. And I was like, no, that's not gonna fly. It's like, how about I send you our contract? And he was just being a big prima donna about wrangling about little points here and there and things like that. And then we said, forget it, this guy's too difficult to work with, and we haven't even started on the art. So Helge was actually a very nice guy, and German precision, what he said, he delivered. And unfortunately, at this point, I'm sad we didn't use him. If we knew that we're gonna have this huge layover, we possibly could have had him do the artwork. But
Yeah,
the only reason we didn't go with him was because we were originally up against an earlier release date, and we didn't want to put it off any longer. But little did we know it was going to get delayed anyway. So
yeah. Well, nobody knew. Nobody knew.
yeah.
So
and there are some good Houston artists. I remember when we did Voivod, there was this guy that brought in some amazing artwork. So I'm like, hey man, I like your stuff. How about you draw a cover? Give me your business card. They're like, I don't have a business card. And he went there to get business. He doesn't have a business card. I mean, what does that tell you? I don't want to work with that guy. He couldn't even give me a piece of paper with his information. He's like, oh, look me up on the net, man. I'm on the net. Like,
I mean,
okay,
maybe he just wanted to
I'll
save
look you up
trees.
one of these days.
He wanted
I'm
to save
sorry?
trees. He wanted to save trees.
Well, not when you're trying to drum up business and you're an artist. He actually deals in media. He deals in paper. This guy actually deals in paper. It's like, well, put one of your drawings and put your name on it and your phone number if you want to make some money.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have my stickers. My stickers have my QR code that goes to my YouTube. So
yeah, I mean, the thing is, the guy wouldn't even bother to get my phone number. I mean, in a case like that, if I don't have a business card, I would say, hey, what's your phone number? I'll text you. He's like, oh, I'm on the net, man. Just find me on the net. I'm like, all right, I'll find you on the net. One of these days.
One of these days.
Like, I mean, yeah, he went there and he set up, and he's trying to sell all this stuff. And it was actually really good art. It was kind of Giger-esque, H.R. Giger.
Yeah.
The Alien, Celtic Frost, that kind of stuff. It was pretty cool, dark stuff. I'm like, man, I definitely would like to get something going with this guy. But, you get into this, you basically get this brush off in the beginning. It's like, this is not going to be a serious guy I want to take my business with because I'm dealing with a deadline.
Right.
And if you think about it, it's like, think about Metallic. First album, what's on the cover? It's a hammer, it's a hand, and some blood.
Yep.
That album went, I don't know, 2 times platinum. Second album, it's a freaking chair with a childish lighting on top of it, right? That album went triple platinum, Then Master of Puppets was probably the first one they actually had some proper art.
Yeah.
As far as Metallic is concerned, although that one is really not that sophisticated either. It just has a military cemetery, and that's about it, with some hands on top of it. And you look at that and then you start thinking, it's like, is it really worth paying this guy really this much, especially at this stage? I don't know. Although it really worked for Iron Maiden. I mean, this is iconic shit. Anybody knows Eddie, right?
Yeah, I'm wearing this somewhere back in time tour shirt today.
Well, there you go, badass, man.
I figured, I'm going to talk to a traditional metal band It'd be better for me to wear an Iron Maiden shirt than like a Gorgut shirt.
That would have been okay too, man.
Yeah.
No problems there.
So Justin,
Where-
you have another project you just kind of announced, right?
Yes.
You said you didn't really want to talk about it, so I just want to touch on it.
I'll take the focus away from Scrollkeeper. It's a side project. It's not a
Okay, yeah.
main.
Yeah, because everybody in the and Alex is like,
Everybody in the band is busy.
he's like, Justin's gonna talk about this shit. I'm just gonna pump some iron right now.
I'm just fucking with you guys.
But yeah, so everybody in this band is in
I
another.
would go
band.
get a beer though.
There you go.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll remove you. So yeah, what's this side project you're working on?
So it's called Hasserot. It is an old school, ugly Swedish style death metal band. So if you're into Entombed, Dismembered,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
There's some Morbid Angel type stuff in there too, but it's pretty much like HM2 pedals, buzzsaw guitars.
When you guys are able to play, make sure you let me fucking know.
Yeah.
I will be there.
I can't talk about any specifics yet. There's a certain Texas festival that we're talking about doing, so
Okay.
we'll see.
I mean, there's no festivals are going to happen this year. So
yeah, so I mean, there's no rush. We've got 6 songs ready to go for the EP. It's myself. It's Maurice from Blues Funeral, Brandon from Doomstress, Cryptos from Spectral Manifest, and Ben from Sanctus Bellum.
Yeah.
So it's a collection of heavy hitters that don't usually do death metal doing death metal.
Right. Well, Cryptos does.
Well, that's true. Cryptos does. Well, he calls it wraith metal. What Spectral does, they call it wraith metal.
Okay, fine. Wraith metal. That's funny.
Well, they're kind of like blackened death metal. They're not straight
Sure.
death metal.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is straight death metal. This is no admixture. This is 100% death metal.
I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool.
But you don't. So you're the vocalist.
Yeah.
Those are a completely different type of vocals than you do with Scrollkeeper.
Yeah, but I came from extreme metal.
Okay.
So I was
So you're
in
going back
2 years. Yeah, death metal's not new to me.
All right. Enough of that. We'll talk more about that once it gets sooner. Maybe we can bring in some of those other guys and talk about that. But Alex is back. He's got his beer. He's got his fancy
guys.
beer. Is that beer?
I cheated. Some bourbon and
You grab a scotch. I got the scotch calling to me.
some Perrier.
Ooh.
What are you mixing them or something or what?
Highfalutin French water. No, that was the only thing that was available. Was this like fucking French bottled water? It's like, I'm drinking it. It's all right. Oh, the soda water was, it was gone. I mix my own tonics. Actually, I did some bartending, so I make tonic syrup. So when you do a gin and tonic, you pour the syrup and then you pour carbonated water.
Yeah.
That makes tonic, basically tonic water. So I needed some kind of bubbly, so it's Perrier.
All right.
From the French Alps or toilet of Charles de Gaulle. Cheers, guys. Oops, where's that thing?
Yeah.
There we go. Cheers.
I had water. But now
nice.
I'm out.
Jealous,
Yeah. This is my my interview cup. So this is the when you go there and you get a drink, you actually pay $1 deposit for one of these cups.
Typically German BS, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't understand. I just saw the price. I saw it was like 450 euros, like four euros and 50.
That's super cheap, man.
4.5
For a
euros
beer in Germany. That's
no for soda. For soda.
Oh,
I think a beer was like for this is 0.4 liters. I think it was €5.
That's still amazing. Like, have you been to House of Blues recently?
Well, first of all,
There's
I haven't
13 bucks for swill over there.
I haven't drank in like 2.5 years. And then even when I did, I never ever bought booze. I think I bought alcohol at House of Blues once, and I was like, "Whoa, never again, never
Yeah,
again."
actually, I
I
made sure I actually drank 2 waters before I went through the door, just so I could go through the show.
It
It's
is like
just so
$13.
ridiculous.
Like that's
And
not
their bartenders were actually thieves as well, because the beer costs 13 bucks. They charge you. They try to pass it for 18. They did that to me several times. I give them 20 bucks and they don't give any change. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I know there is inflation, but that swill, Dos Equis for 20 bucks. Come on.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot of that's
crazy.
going to disappear now. All these bars and clubs are going to be hurting. They actually would start treating musicians right
well.
for a
One can
change.
hope.
What about that? This will be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
actually grew up. I'm actually such a veteran of the Houston music scene. I moved in here in 91 and I hooked up, I think it was 92 or 93, with a band called Final Exit without an E. Exit without an E. Anyway, it was a prog band, kind of like Queensryche knockoff. They used to pay us like 400, 500 bucks to do a 45 1-hour sets back then. Just to give you an idea, in the 90s. And I'm talking like some clubs out in Humboldt, out in Spring, places like that. And right now it's, hey, if you can get beer money, for 2 beers per show, you're actually, you're blessed. Talking about that, recently on the internet, there was a guy that said, is like, I miss playing a gig. So what I did is I loaded all my equipment in the car, drove around for an hour. Then I went back home. I put it on the second story, set it up. Then I had my wife walk in, spill a beer on the amp. I played classic rock set for 3 hours, but in order to make it realistic, I sped up the tempo by about 5 beats per minute. He did that for 3 hours. Then he loaded his equipment, took it downstairs, loaded it in the car, drove around for another hour. I'm sorry, forgot to say he left 50 bucks on the amplifier to cover his bar tab. I mean, not on the amplifier, with his wife up there. Then took his equipment down, drove for another hour, and then went back home. That's pretty much what being an independent musician is in this day and age.
There's some clubs that have, or rather that are doing it right. White Oak's been good to us. We've always gotten paid when we play White Oak, and they hooked me up with a bar tab. So
nice.
White Oak is doing it right.
It's a nice venue too. I really don't like the upstairs because I just feel very claustrophobic in there. But the sound is always excellent no matter what.
It's a nice small venue upstairs, actually. I don't know. It depends how many people you pack it, I guess. But whenever we played there, it felt good. It's actually one of the few places with a clean dressing room.
Yeah.
I mean, I was absolutely baffled because we played Fitzgerald's back in the day.
Yeah.
And Fitzgerald's had dressing rooms, plural.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they had a master lounge, which, I mean, there was a couch that maybe a homeless hobo will be disgusted to sit in.
Yeah,
that was the main lounge.
Uh-huh.
And, just some of these other places. And then you actually, I had to change behind the barbecue pit in Dan Electro. So I was wearing leather pants. It's like, they were plastered on me and coming off the stage. It's like, I can't continue with these. So like a bunch of people were out there, and I'm just like, basically there was a barbecue in front of me talking about barbecue metal, right? So I basically went behind the barbecue and, just took it off and put my jeans back on. There were some chicks that were, hooting, which was cool. It's like, we kind of age. We don't get as much female attention as we used to. Maybe I'm talking about myself. I mean, look, Justin is a beefcake, so I mean, he always gets the chicks. He's gonna be in trouble with the wife too.
No, she's in the other room.
She would hear it. You'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
But anyway, man. So I was kind of like, all right, I must have lost some weight, that night. And But this thing actually last time we played, what was it? Clove and Hoof. We opened up for Clove and Hoof, who are actually amazing guys. I
Really?
heard their new album. It's actually interesting. The production, I think, leaves a little bit to be desired, but I like the music. And so, as far as Clove and Hoof, yeah, I mean, these guys came in and we just all hung out together. And I was like, okay, I need to go to the restroom. Go in the back. There were actually fresh towels. There is a clean restroom. There is a clean shower. I
Yeah,
was like, man, I'm not used to this luxury. This is like star quality stuff.
yeah. The little side area behind the stage. They've got a
The
water,
90s, there used to
they've
be
got
some
a
places like that.
water
Yeah, in
jug,
the
water dispenser for you, a Keurig to make tea and coffee back there. Nice little band lounge.
Yeah, I used to be in a band back in the 90s when they were actually riders, man. And you go in there, they actually have. Oh, talking about that. Well, don't tell James Rivera we drank his cooler of booze. But he was into champagne, so it wasn't a problem. But his band had a problem. They're like, "Where's our alcohol, man?" They're like, I don't know. Yeah, we used to have riders where you had like peanuts. You had. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Was that the Rudd's gig?
Yeah.
Where he had the champagne.
Yeah, he had like a whole cooler for the headliner, who was James Rivera, and there was no sign on it though or anything. So
They were posted up and keeping guard over the champagne though.
Yeah.
We made a little game out of going in there to see if we could hey, we're just gonna grab a little champagne here.
I mean, I saw a cooler of beer, and it didn't say "Don't touch," and it was backstage, which backstage and Rudd's actually means the stairs. And
the infamous Rudd stairs.
So yeah, I mean, we pretty much decimated that cooler, and luckily none of us likes to drink, Corbel champagne, and so we just left that. And so James was okay, but his bandmates weren't. I mean, they had nothing; they had to drink water. I'm like, oh well, too bad, man. You mess with celebrities like Scrollkeeper and booze disappears.
Making friends anywhere we can.
That's too much fun. Too much fun. Well, when this gets over and we can start playing shows again, I'd love to see you guys do a show with my friends Valkyrie in San Antonio.
We're supposed to be doing San Antonio
You gotta send us a link, man. We need to check them out.
Don't we have a San Antonio gig, Alex?
San Antonio, I think July 16 or July 20, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's going to be realistic either. Unless we do like a Napalm Death Set, all of us with masks. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean,
I would hope that by July.
One of these days, we got to go back to normal and, take it. What do you call it?
So my buddy,
take the risk and fuck it,
My buddy Kendrick is. I can fucks with y'all if you're ever in Atlanta.
With y'all, if you're ever in Atlanta, or if we come there, let's get some beers. All right, man.
Yeah,
sounds good.
I think Kendrick is into some beers tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, he's cool.
Hopefully, we'll have a lot of these breweries left, right? Because there's some really good shit in Houston. Like Eight Wonders, St. Arnold's.
Yeah, some of them are struggling. Some of them are struggling right now for sure.
And our favorite place, man. I mean, honestly, these guys always treat us right, and it's right next to our rehearsal. I gotta plug them in the air. Neil's Bar. That's like one of the coolest places. Like Scrollkeeper walks into Neil's Bar, and the music from like 80s Dr. Dre suddenly changes to Iron Maiden. I mean, it's magical.
They know.
I'm telling you. They know, yeah. We're on the same brainwaves, man. Yeah, I miss these guys. I really miss these guys.
Yeah.
Neil, we walk over there after practice, at least once a month. After a Sunday practice, we'll all head over there and powwow.
It's a really good place, actually, if you want to bet on homeless MMA. Like the
bum fights.
Yeah, I mean the streets are basically MMA. You know,
Well,
homeless.
we cut a promo video for somebody's website where we were like answering questions that he sent us. So we decided rather than mail him in, we do little video for him. And while we're taking the video, this like bum fight breaks out in the parking lot. You can hear it. You can hear it in the background.
It's crazy.
And the thing is, it was funny because there was this guy that runs in this area and he bought a few cones or stole a few cones. And he basically blocks like city designated city parking by the city, which is free.
Yeah.
And he pretends he's valet, and that's how he makes his
Charges
money.
people to move the cone.
And then there was a guy that actually knows that this is a designated city parking, so he just goes and plops his car there, took his cone, and the guy like, man, you're taking my bread, man. I'm gonna kick your ass. You know, it was something.
And they fought?
Yeah.
The guy in the car?
The guy threw a sandwich, or they were like half an eaten sandwich or some shit like that. And then kick your ass. Oh, it was hilarious. I was like, all right, my buddy's on the bum, man. He's at least been doing it longer than this guy. This was like a slick business type dude, you know. It's like, man, my money's not on this guy. the homeless dude could just eat him for breakfast, you know.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. There's some crazy stuff going down in that part of town for sure.
But it was cool.
Fine now though. All the yuppie bars are taking over.
Yeah.
On the side of the freeway.
And like super douchey places is like, you know, we're looking at right next to our rehearsal room, like 2 blocks away, right? Like Ferraris, Lambos, Porsches, like all valet parked to this shitty place that looks like a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't even sit in it. You know, that's the weird thing. It's like a super douchey place that serves, you know, like one of those little burnt turds on a platter with a mushroom on top, you know, and maybe a little garlic. And, you know, people just eat that up. And we're like looking at it. It's like, man, you know, the whole downtown area is kind of gone to shit. But this other area seems to be picking up where our favorite record store is.
Sound Exchange.
Yeah, what street was that? By the original Nymphos, like somewhere in that area.
Yeah, it's over like Navigation area.
Navigation.
I think so.
That seems to become the new art district of Houston.
Yeah. Well, wherever real estate's cheap, you know, cool stuff will move there, and then it starts to get expensive again. And then, you know, Sound Exchange has been in a few places, right?
Yeah, Sound Exchange. We actually played the closing show at Sound Exchange. I think, man,
Yeah,
that was a
final live show.
That was a killer show too. We had so much fun, and
Yeah,
we love those guys too, man. So whoever's listening to this, support them.
Car out back of Sound Exchange that night.
Right on.
Yeah, Justin was a rock star that night, man. It was awesome.
That's funny.
We did some Motorhead covers. We did some Judas Priest covers. Sodom. I don't remember what else, but it was cool.
AC/DC.
AC/DC, yeah. That's probably the one and only time we attempted it.
We've done AC/DC.
Well, it was actually right before Christmas, so we actually tried to work up the song Mistress for Christmas. We thought it was going to be a cool play. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it. You know, it's so funny. It's like 3 chords, and it just didn't work. I was like, God damn. So we did Highway to Hell, I think, right? Or Hell's Bells, one of the two. So yeah, I mean that was super cool. And now these guys are starving as well. So shit, man, if you gotta catch up on records, check out Sound Exchange, Cactus Music also.
Yeah, I actually
places that support us. The other one is Vinyl Edge.
Vinyl Edge. Yeah.
Also, you know, I want to give it up to all the other. Well, there is a list of cool places like in Austin, End of an Ear, that also carry our records. Pigs something in San Antonio. Hog Wild. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm just plugging all these guys. Hopefully, somebody would remember go buy a record in there. Might not be ours, but you know,
buy something.
We hope these places stay because I mean, try to get your music in a chain. It's impossible.
Yeah,
like unless you're a super major label.
There's no. I mean, Target is selling less records and CDs than ever. You know, Walmart barely has any. You know, Best Buy. I don't think. Yeah, Barnes and Noble. I mean, who buys music at Barnes and Noble? Who buys any?
I do.
They're
I do,
expensive, man.
unfortunately.
They're
Well,
fucking
they send
expensive.
you coupons though. That's the thing.
That'd be the only
If
way to
you-
make it worth it.
If you're subscribed, for example, to their whatever, you get like 30, 40 off offers, and I
Yeah.
actually wait for those, and I go buy the Metallica album that I have in 3 different other versions, and whatever.
Yeah.
It's I really wanted to hear the vinyl remasters actually from
Right.
Metallica, because originally, I was part of that tape trading shit in Europe, and you didn't really get an original album until I made it to the United States and subscribed to like Columbia House or something like that. So back then we had a different impression of some of these bands. Like, for example, a friend of mine, there was a German band, Messiah. I don't know if you ever listened to them, but originally they were like blackened trash, and then they became just pretty much traditional trash metal along the lines of like Sodom and things like that. But a buddy of mine dubbed their first album, and there was something messed up with his tape deck, so I went at like 3/4 of the speed, which it all slowed down and became this like Hellhammer sludge. and then we heard this album. It's like, man, these guys are fucking hardcore. This is this is evil. We love this shit. And I've been looking for that album forever, and I finally find it through like some tape. Through like some special catalog, and it came from Japan.
Yeah.
It cost me like $35, and it was at the right speed. I put it on. I was like, that's like a bland, middle of the road Creator album, whatever. But that was the cool thing about those days. So anyway, that's why I'm still catching up to some of this stuff. Like, I never heard Master of Puppets on vinyl, and the remastered master is badass, man. Honestly, and I'm really impressed. I still buy vinyl, and maybe we'll get this one on vinyl, but hopefully we'll get the label support on this, because
We'd like to.
I don't see the finances behind it. It's just like we got to throw in like $2,000 to do a run of vinyl, just so we can say we have vinyl.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, some buddies of mine, they're in a punk band called Worm Suicide. They've been around since 1996, and they just put out their first vinyl release.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I haven't even opened it yet. Look, check out the back.
That artwork doesn't look
Nice.
okay. The back, no, it doesn't look punk to me, man. The artwork is
Yeah, it looks pretty metal. Looks like lo-fi
that's
black
like
metal.
black metal.
Well, the album is called
Black metal.
the album is called Blacking Out. But no,
Oh, well, all right, there
no.
you go.
these guys are straight up punk. But they're
sweet.
like satanic punk, I guess.
I can get down with that.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, I see the back. Okay, the reverse cross there.
What's the name again? I'm gonna check this out. Worm what?
Worm Suicide.
Worm.
So
Suicide.
they're the Hellhammer of punk metal.
Yeah.
I can get down with that. I can get down with satanic punk rock.
We gotta check it out. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't know about you, Justin, but I kind of grew up on the Exploited and Sex Pistols. And actually, I did pay. No, I'm sorry. Probably the first band I played in was punk, because we couldn't play well. We picked that. We had a drummer that knew 2 beats, and we did like Exploited covers. That was cool.
Yeah, my first real experience with music was playing shitty bass in a shitty punk band. And I can't play bass at all, so there you go.
Yeah. There you go. Well, guys, we've been going for almost 2 hours now. So
All right, sweet.
thank you
That's how it usually goes with Scrollkeeper, man. It's long and violent.
long and violent.
Long and hard.
Not violent.
Simon knew to cut out early. He was like,
Yeah, he did.
I'm gone. But
Oh, man, you should have listened to some of the stuff we did with what is it, the Metal Edge Radio.
Oh God.
But we're always invited over there. I hope that also stands true with you, Rob.
yeah, man.
We didn't
Always.
scare you too badly.
And yeah, Justin, when you guys when you have your side project a little bit more hashed out and stuff, I'd like to hear some more about that.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you have anything else, Alex, we can talk about that too.
Yeah, man, definitely. That's what.
Get your
that's
album.
my project right
Are
there.
you gonna send us away? Nice.
That's it, man.
Nice.
SatanicFlamenco.net.
There you go. There we go. All right, guys. Scrollkeeper, again, tell us how we can find you.
Bandcamp. Scrollkeeper on Bandcamp. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just look up Scrollkeeper. All one word.
Oh, one word.
All one word. Scrollkeeper.
Awesome.
We're also on Tinder, and some band members might be on Grindr.
We're not going to say who, but Simon.
Oh, you're in trouble. We're just fucking around. Man.
I'm always in trouble.
All right, guys.
That's just good
With
to see you,
with
Rob.
that,
Take care, brother.
Dude,
Good to see you, man.
thanks for having this
Later, man.
COVID conversation with me.
Bye,
And,
Justin.
We'll talk to you guys. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, audience. We hope we didn't scare you too much.
All right, everybody. That was Scrollkeeper, Alex, and Justin, and we had Simon there for a little bit. These guys are funny dudes. Good traditional metal band here in Houston. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to Necrosexual. He is in Philadelphia. Hopefully that'll be good. No show on Tuesday. I have an appointment. On Wednesday, I've got Nick from Stonecutters and Warcloud. He actually sent me a message on Instagram, so I got to check what that is. Thursday, hopefully, we'll be coming to you with my friend Ocho and do the Zip and Ocho hour. Hopefully he worked out his technical issues that we had last week. Next Friday, I'll have Kevin from the Turbo ACs, badass metal band, or excuse me, punk band. He's in Puerto Rico, and hopefully he'll show us his pizza shop and show us the beach. That'd be super awesome. Saturday, May 2nd, I'm going to talk to my friend Charlie. He's a drummer for a punk band called Steadfast. I've known Charlie for a long ass time. It'll be good to catch up. I don't have anything planned for the 3rd right now. That there has nothing set in stone. And then May the 4th, Cinco de Metal. May the 4th be with you. We're gonna have a Star Wars special with my friend Ozzy. And after that, I'm pretty much free. So if you would like to be a guest on this show, send me a message and we'll work something out. So until tomorrow, as my friend Kendrick says, stay beautifully brutal, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at Most Epic Show, on Instagram, The Most Epic Adventures, our Facebook page, The Most Epic Adventures, and YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, give this a thumbs up, and if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And you can hit that notification bell and know when we have new videos coming up. This video was live today, but it will be available to view later once it is processed. That goes with all of these. So again, thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.